super. So I've started recording now. Okay. So like I said earlier, we want to start with our table structure. That's what we are going to continue today. So how do you create tables? How do you create tables in SQL Server using the SQL Server syntax? How do you create tables using the SQL Server syntax? So in SQL Server, unlike every other RDBMS have their own way of doing it, because in Postgres, it is not the same thing in Postgres. You understand? The syntax is not the same thing in Postgres, but let's see how we can achieve this in SQL Server. So for people that are using Postgres, MySQL, you can just go to ChatGPT and, the same thing that we did here, just go and see how it is done in Postgres as well. So let's move to our database. So, okay, so the first thing that I told you yesterday is that whenever you open your new query, you open your SSMS, the first thing to do is to first call your database, and which I use the use database, because if I did not call the database, I won't see it. Might be referencing another database, and when you are trying to run it, you will be getting an error. So the first thing to say is that use Datakliq, which is our database. And I explained yesterday that Datakliq database is just like a folder that contains all other related tables. You understand? Related tables, because database most of the time is about relational data, relational tables and all. So today we are going to look at how to insert. So that's the first step. Okay, let's start with how to insert. How to insert, I have an Excel sheet. So let's open it. Document. Go to my data. I should have opened this already. So okay. SQL class sales. So I have this. Document. I've sent this document to every one of us already. So I have this document, right? So now imagine if you have about maybe this document and you want to insert. You want to copy all the information here into your database. How do you do that? You understand? There are two ways you can do that. I will show you the two ways. The two ways you can do that is that you can either, manually bring in the files into SSMS, or you use the syntax to do that. So let's first see how the syntax work. Then I will show you the other way you can also go about it, right? So let me close. Okay, so what I will just do is that I'm going to copy. Hello, I will still following. Please let me know. Can you guys still hear me? Hello, can you still hear me? Can anyone still hear me? Yes. Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to copy. Please pay attention to this part. I'm going to copy the headers. Can you see the headers of this data? I'm going to copy the header. I'll copy the header. Then I'm going to close. I will close. I'm not going to save. I only copy the header. Then I'll go back to my SSMS. Then I will paste it here. You see. So now, what I want to do now is that I want to create what? I want to create a table, right? I want to create a table. So now I'm going to say create. Don't forget, I'm using the Datakliq database now because I've called out the name of the database that I want to use, right? So I'm going to say create what? Create table. Create table. What is the table name? The table name should be what? Sales. That should be the table name, right? That's the name. Sales. That's the name of the table. Create table. Sales. That's the name of the table I want to create. Now, I need to structure. What is the structure of the table? What are the columns inside the table that I want? So I'm going to say order ID. So I will just say order ID. Let me use control this one. Order ID is what? It's an integer. That's an integer. Don't forget, we talked about data type yesterday. It's an integer, right? I'm going to say comma, region ID. Let me just use region ID is what? Is an integer as well. So it's an integer as well. Region ID is an integer as well. Product ID, that's an integer as well. Product ID is an integer as well. It's an integer, right? Segment. So segment is not an integer. That's like a varying character or MVK or something like that. Yeah. Let me just say the character. That's VK is a string, like a text, is a text. So let's say it should not be more than 50, but that segment is no more than 50. Yeah, it's no more than 50. So 50 means if you see 50, 100, max, 50 here means that the number of letter inside that particular column must not exceed 50. That is what the 50 here means. It must not exceed 50, right? So the next one is unit sold. Unit sold is what? Who can tell me? Unit sold is what? Who can tell me what unit sold should be? What should be the data type? Anybody? The unit sold should be what data type? Unit sold. Anybody? Anyone? Anyone? The unit sold should be what data type? Integer. Okay, my wife said integer. Integer. Okay, so yes, integer. Yeah, that's fine. Integer. Yeah, unit sold it should be integer. And the other date, what data type should be the other date? Who can tell me that other date should be which data type? Which data type? Anyone? Other date should be what? Let me see. Dates. Okay, Rahim said date. Any other country opinion? Hidayah said date. Okay, that's fine. So that's date actually. So that is date. Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you have a column called date, if you have a column called date, now let me remove this one. Now maybe you want to name your column dates. Now you will see that this date here, it is being highlighted as blue. The reason is because you cannot name a keyword a date. You understand? You can put maybe an underscore here to make sure that, oh, you are differentiating a keyword or a clause or an SQL statement from the column you want to create. If you say you want to create a date column, you can't call it a date column because date is seen as a clause in SQL, like a statement in SQL or like an identifier in SQL or anything anybody can call. So make sure that you are putting something to differentiate, maybe other date or put other underscore date or call it, something that can differentiate it from the identifier or from the clause. You understand? So when you are done, close this. So create table sales. That is what we created now. So let's execute this. So let's execute it. So I told you yesterday that you can comment things out. When you are using comment means that you don't want to run this query. The one that I comment out, I don't want to run it. So that is how you can comment use hyphen, 3 hyphen, or you can use which other thing you can use? You can use asterisk /forward, to comment out as well. So now let's create this table. I'm going to execute it. So can you see command completed successfully? So let's see. I'm going to say select all from sales. Select all from sales. So now let's assume that I want to comment this here. I want to comment this thing here out. So how I can comment it out, another way is that I can use /forward, use the then I'll come back here, then use my /forward. So I've comment everything here. How if I say select all from sales, let me execute it. Can you see now? So it has given me what? The table structure, order ID, region ID, product ID, segment, unit sold, order date, and that is what I created here. Can you see? Can you see? Everything that I created, the order ID. And don't forget, these are exactly the same way it is in my Excel, right? This is how exactly it is in my Excel as well. Don't worry about whether it is capital letter or it is small letter or something. The fact that the name is correct, it will work. So now, how do we insert the table using the SQL Server syntax? How do we insert? Now, to insert the data, right? To insert the data, we are going to use the bulk insert statement. What did I say? We're going to use the bulk insert statement. The first thing you need to do is to create the structure, right? And that is what we created. Don't forget, our discussion is about SQL structure. To create structure first, we have created the structure. Now let's insert the record. Now, so I'm going to back to my slide. I will just copy. I'll copy this. My this thing. So I will explain. You know, some of the things to you. Okay. So now you see bulk insert. Bulk insert is the syntax to insert into SQL Server. In Postgres, I think they use copy into. That's what they use in Postgres. But in SQL Server, we use bulk insert. Bulk insert into sales is what? That is the table. The table we created here. Can you see? Because we say create table sales. That is what we are. That is where we are inserting it to now. So now the next thing is what? From what this from is telling you that where are you taking the file from, right? Where are you taking the file from? It's asking me that where am I taking the file from? That is from my C user location file name, blah blah blah. You understand? So I'm going to remove everything here. I'm going to remove everything here. From I'm removing everything. So I will go to my file. This is my file, my sales file, right? I'm going to right click. I will right click on this file name. I will right click. Then I will go to properties, right? Then I will see this location. Can you see location? Can you see this location? I'm going to highlight everything. Just highlight it, everything on that location. I have highlighted everything on that location. Then I will put it here. Can you see? C user Folorunsho Ajala document. So my folder, it is inside different folder. You understand? That is why you are seeing so many things. In your own case, it might not be like that. It is because my own is inside so many folder. That is why, right? That is why. So the next thing you will do when you copy the location is that you will do you will put another slash. Is it backslash now? Backslash, right? Backslash. Then you go back to the file, right? To that your property. Then you copy the name of the table. You copy the name, which is sales. You copy the name.
Sorry to cut.
You copy the.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut in, Folorunsho. So people are saying that the screen is lagging. Although at my end it's not lagging. I'm seeing everything in real time. So maybe it's their network. But probably you're going to take that again. Some people didn't get that part.
Okay, it's fine, no problem. Let me stop sharing and share my screen again. Yeah, some people say it's not lagging, some people say it's lagging. It's fine, no problem. It's not lagging. Okay, it's fine. So let's take that again. Let's take that again. It's fine, no problem. Okay, let me take that again. I will just take it from here again. So I've stopped sharing my screen. If you cannot see my screen, I've stopped sharing my screen and I'm sharing again. If it's still lagging, you can leave the call and join again. You understand? So bulk insert into sales, right? We want to insert our data, our record into our table. We have already created the structure, which is order ID, region, product ID. Yesterday we created it manually yesterday. Right now, I don't want to create it manually. I have my record in my Excel sheet and I want to, bring in the record here using the syntax. I don't want to use the manual way that, most of us know. Yeah, for people that know SQL before. So from where are we taking it from? I'm taking it from where? I told you earlier that go to your Excel, go to your document, which is sales, right click. When you right click, I'm not trying to open, no, I'm not trying to open it. Just right click, then go to properties. When you go to properties, you will see location. Copy everything on your location. Your own location might not be as long as my own because most of the time I like to organize my stuff. So I put them inside folder, another folder, just to understand you understand. So in your own case, your own folder name might not, because you might be saying, Mr. Folorunsho own is long now. Folorunsho own is long. Why is my own very short? If you have just one folder that your own is, that is fine. But my own, I have multiple folder inside another folder. That is why my own is long like this. So I'm going to put /forward black here. Then I will go back to my properties again, and I will copy this table name, which is sales. I'll copy the sales name, then I'll paste it here. Then I will say, because it's a CSV file, let's confirm whether it's a CSV file first, because if it's not a CSV file, yes, it's a CSV file, yeah. If it's not a CSV file, it will not work. Please, it will not work if it's not a CSV file. If you are using an Excel file, it will not work. So I will say .csv. Then when you are done, put quotation here, and at the front, put a quotation too as well. Can you see? Quotation from the, after the from, then at the end of the day. So now you will see another thing is after your from with field terminator. Field terminator means specifying the delimiter comma in the case, that's comma. Row terminator, all these one are just, they are just the syntax that you need to do. First row, yes, specify the number where data begins. Your first row is what? Is the header name. So where does the data start from? So let's open it so that you can see. The data starts from where? From, let me show you so that you might understand a little bit of. So the data starts from second row. The first row is an header. The data starts from second row. You can see. So that is what this, this first row these two, what it means is that it's starting from second row. Your field terminator is a comma, you understand? Then the row terminator, well, I don't really understand what this, is doing, but this is just how you have to signify it. Can you see? So once you are done, close this Excel sheet here, close it. Then let's run this thing. Let's run it. So let's see. I guess there's still something that I'm missing here. Okay. I'm seeing one. Okay, let me just, I need to close this. Okay, so let me close it. Now, in your case, maybe when you are writing your own and you are specify the field terminator, you say that I have commented this thing out. Can you see? Everything here is highlighted in green because I have commented. Don't go and put it in your own. I'm just putting it here so that you will understand what each of these, each of this line means. That is why I put it here. So don't go and put it in your own. And if it's not running, make sure that you comment them out. You understand? Make sure you comment them out. So let's run this thing and let's see. So I'm going to click on execute now. So can you see 137 row affected? So let's see. Let's try to run the query now. Select all from sales. Select all from sales. So can you see the record? Can you see how easy it is to insert data into SQL Server using the bulk insert? Any question from anyone? Any question so far? Any question? Your daily, okay. I will only answer your daily question. Okay. Your daily, go on with your question. Just one question, it's fine. And the next person that will ask me question should be a female after your daily. I know your daily is a guy. So you can go on with your question. So we should try to balance it up. Your daily can go on with your question. Or maybe you mistakenly, you can go on with your question. Oh, you are not mute. Okay. Let me just allow.
No, I'm promoting
you can go on.
Delay. You can, yes, he has access to the mic now. Just on mute.
Okay. Let me check. The PDF. Someone asked, why will Excel not work? The reason why Excel will not work, Excel can work, but I have not used Excel before. I've not used Excel before, and Excel is not as direct. Yes, it's not direct. You have to. Yes, it can be imported. I will show you how to import it as well. I don't know. Ayodele is not asking this question. Or maybe you can drop it in the chat. Abisala, if you get the question, let me know. Let's just continue so that I won't waste much of our time here. Okay, so you can all see we have used the bulk insert. Even if this data is 1 million rows, it will, the bulk insert is very easy to use to insert data into your SQL Server. Another method, another way you can insert data into your, your SSMS. So I'm going to drop, if I refresh now, If I refresh now, and I click on database, and I go to Datakliq, and I go to table, you will see this sales table. Can you see? So if I right click now, let me just right click, and I say select top 1000. So can you see? I've selected top 1000. Now I'm going to drop this table. I'm going to drop the table so that I will show you another way you can bring this table into your so let me click on new query. I will just say drop table sales. So drop table means that I'm deleting the table. So can you see drop table? If I say select all from sales, you will see that it will tell me that the table does not exist. Can you see invalid object name sales? Because it doesn't see the table again because I have deleted it. I have dropped it. Please, I told you yesterday that don't drop a table when you are not sure of it. Unless you have a backup of it. Don't just go and drop database. Don't go and drop table anyhow. Unless you are the owner, you know everything about that table. If it's organizational table or project that you are doing with someone, please be careful of using the drop statement. Please be careful of that. Okay, so let's what other way can we use to bring? If I refresh now, you can see that I have DBO sales. If I refresh now, let me close. If I refresh now, if I open this Datakliq table, you will see that the table is no longer existing again. Can you see? The sales data is no longer existing again. So that is that. So how do we bring in the table in another way? If I did not use the bulk inserts, if I'm not using this method, which other way can I use? So another way I can use is that I can right click on this Datakliq database, and I will go to task. Then I will go to import flat file. Then it will open a wizard for you, yeah. So then click on next. Then go to browse. Then go to your folder. I think my one is on documents, sales data, Datakliq what for SQL class. I told you that I have different folder that my this thing is coming from. The only thing you can import using this method is the CSV file. You can't use the Excel file. Please pay attention. Excel file will not work using this method. There might be a way you can import Excel file, but I have not used it before. So you can see new table name. If you want to rename your table, you can rename your table here. So if I want to say, I want to call it sales order. So I want to call it sales order. Don't change the name from here. It is here you are changing the name. Sales order. You can see sales order. Then I'll click on next. So here you are going to preview the data. Can you see? Just like when you are importing data into Power BI, that you can preview the data as well. So the same thing with SQL Server, you can preview the data as well. So click on next. So here you have data type. We talk about data type yesterday, and I told you that data type, we have a lot of them. Even in SQL, you must know data type in SQL. We have about maybe more than 10 or 15 data type here. So you can go through one of them, each of them. We have data type, different data type that you can use, VCAR, VMAG, different type of data type. SQL is very, very key on data type. You must know data type. So you can define primary key, allow nulls if you want to allow them. So I'm going to click on next, finish, and everything is successful. Can you see? Success, close. Now let's open a new query. Let me just come here. Now I'm going to say select. What's the name of the table? Called from. Can anybody tell me the name of the table? The name of the table. What's the name of the table? Let me know if you are following. What's the name of the table? Anyone? Nobody? Just type. Don't worry. Just type. Can anybody just type? Just use the chat box to. What's the name of the table we want to query from now? What's the name of the table? Let me see. Sales order. Yes, sales order. Yeah, you guys are following. Thank you. Sales order. It's not sales though. It's sales order, because if you write sales, let's run it. Someone says sales. If I run sales now, select all from sales and I execute. it's going to show error, invalid object name, because when I was importing it, I already said that my new table should be what? Sales order. I already said sales order. I want to know whether you guys are following. So that's why I asked that question, because I know some people will go and run it and they'll be, this thing is not successful. Why is it not successful? They'll forget that they have already renamed the table to something else. And SQL will definitely tell you that this thing does not exist. You understand? Even the table name is a sales, but you have renamed it to something else. So if I click on sales, execute this one, can you see it is now successful? Can you see? If you run go to your Datakliq here, go to your okay, let's refresh this. Okay, so let me do this. So let's open it again. So can you see sales order? That is the table name. Sales order. That is the table name. So that is another way you can insert. Those are the two different ways. There's other way that you can also insert. You can explore that one later. So we cannot get too much on inserting table here. So that is that. Any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? This method is easier. Yeah, everybody wants to go through the easier method. Well, there will be a time that the easier method too is not advisable. So yeah, it's easier actually. Most people use that method anyway. Esther, yeah, most people use that method. Any question before we move on? At that time, we must use the other one. At that time, we must use the other one. Well, there might be a time you will have to use, maybe if the data is very large. Yeah, if the data is very large and maybe Excel is not, well, it depends on you, Sha. It depends on your choice. Anyone you want to. Mayowa, I don't really understand where you want me to start from. You said we should run it again. From what exactly? If I'm going to run, am I going to run from the beginning or what? I don't know. You can specify which part. Any other question? Any question? Any question? I think people are raising their hand. Maybe we should just entertain one question or two questions before we move on. Anyone, anybody that want to speak? Esther, Abisola, can you help me out? I think two people are raising their hand. Murphy is raising his hand. Sadiq is also raising his hand. You can unmute them. Okay, I don't know whether the importation. Okay, Myra said the importation. Okay, it's fine. Okay, if there's no, maybe those people are just playing with my head here. That's why they are raising their hand. They don't intend to talk. So let's just run through. Okay, yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, thank you for your wonderful session. Yes, I actually want to ask why you were importing the table from the preview format. When you were importing it, it's showing in an Excel line format. Why is it not showing the line when it comes to the query aspect now? Is that the normal format of displaying? Okay,
you said it's showing an Excel line. I didn't get that. What do you mean by Excel?
I was trying to say that when you were trying to import the file from the sales before you rename it to sales, it was previewing in the Excel format, like where we have in the what's it called in the what's the other name? Forgotten that name. In Power BI, to preview in an Excel format. Now it's coming to the query now. It's just not. It has neglected the lines. So why is this so? Thank you.
Do you mean sorry? Okay, let's do that again. I mean, because someone have already raised question on that part. So when I get to that part, you just hold on. Let's quickly look at it again. Okay, so I have the table. I'm going to drop the table. So I will say drop table. So let's drop the table. Drop table sales order. Sales order. So let's quickly do it again. Okay, so I will go to Datakliq, right click, then I'll go to task, I'll go to import flat file, a new wizard will open, click on next, then I'll browse sales, right? Open these, then if you want to rename it to anything, you want to rename it to sales order, right? Then DBO, which is your schema, then click on next, Okay, so Murphy, is this what you are talking about? Hello, I think someone was talking about this part.
My network is lagging.
Oh. So I don't know whether is this. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay, so let's move on. Well, you can preview your data just like the way you can preview in Power BI. You understand? Or maybe when you want to take data into Power Query, you understand? In Excel, you can preview your data as well. So you can preview it, the first 50 rows. In Power BI, I think it's the first 200 rows that you can preview just to see how the structure of the data is. You understand? So then you click on Next. Then you can select your data type. You can, your primary keys, your null, if you want to, accept null. So you understand. So then once you are done, just click on finish, and everything looks so fine. You understand. So that is that. Maiwa, I believe I've answered your question. You said we should run it again. Can't see your screen. Please, who cannot see my screen again? I don't know. Can you guys see my screen? Tony says she can't see my screen. Hello, can you guys see my screen? Let me be sure. What are the uses of primary key? Oh, okay. Yes, okay. Don't worry. We'll talk about primary keys and we'll still talk about that one today as well. So let's just move fast so that we can cover everything, or else if we did not cover everything, that means that you guys will go and do your learning yourself. So let's move on. So let's go back to our slide. We have only covered one of the slide. Okay, so deleting tables, drop statement, and trying to delete statement drop. I think for delete, I don't think I should dwell much on delete, because I have done delete more than I have dropped tables more than 2 times now. So drop is just to drop table. Just write drop table. When you drop table, that means that you are dropping the entire record. You understand? So let me quickly run a select so that I will show you select all from sales order. Right? Sales order. Select all from sales order. Now, you can see now that this is our record. If I click on drop table, it means that everything, including the structure, all the other ID that I created, the segment, everything going to be deleted. That is drop table, right? That is drop table. Now, don't forget yesterday, I told you that drop statement is used for structure, is used for the entire record. Why delete? Delete is another thing. When you are using delete and drop, it is not the same thing. Even though drop means you are deleting the entire record, but delete is not the same thing as drop. So I will show you what delete, and also we have truncate. We also have truncate. Because someone asked me yesterday, what is truncate? I think one of the questions yesterday talk about truncate. So we'll talk about delete, truncate as well. So let's go to the slide again. Okay, so delete, drop statement, dropping table, that is fine. SQL delete and truncate statement. Okay, so let's talk about delete and truncate now. So let's talk about delete and truncate. So when you are using delete, for example now, so when you use delete, let me say when to use delete. When to use delete, right? When to use delete. When should you use delete? Now, delete is used when you want to delete a specific record. Hello? Hello, please let me know if you can, because I can see some people are saying that they cannot see my screen. Some say they can see the screen. I want to be sure that we are all on the same page. If you cannot see my screen, can you react? If you cannot, you can hear me, but you cannot see the screen. Can you react? You can hear me, but you cannot see the screen. Can you react? Just use any reaction. Okay, you can hear me and you can see my screen. Can you react? Okay, Murphy. Only Murphy. Let's react. You can hear me and you can see my screen. Okay. 2 people.
Me,
I
I
want
can hear
more
and see your
reaction.
screen.
Okay, I want more reaction, please. I want more reaction. Okay. To sync and see. Okay, that's fine. We have about if 5 people can even see the screen, that means that whoever cannot see is a network issue. Okay, so when to use delete? When should you use the delete statement? You use delete when you want to delete a specific record. You understand? So let's assume that I want to delete. Or let me make it interactive. So we have how many record here? 137 record. So can anyone tell me, maybe you want us to delete a specific record? Can anybody just tell me which record we should delete so that you can see how it works? Anybody, which of the record do you want us to delete? Anything, just mention anything that you want us to delete. Anything. Anybody? Or you can use the chat room. Just tell me which record you want us to delete. You want us to delete, okay, Daya said first row. Delete row 3. Okay, someone said date. Someone said row 3. Okay, someone said first row. Okay, that's fine. Now, the person that said we should delete date, that is, he's saying that we should remove this entire column, which is other date. It is fine. Someone said we should remove the row 3. Someone said row 1. It is fine. So we are going to do both of them, right? We are going to do both of them. So now row 3 is row 3, and that is this particular other date. The other date is 33, right? That is row 3. That is what row. So row 3, let's just say other 33. That is the other ID. Because when you say row 3, something else can come to row 3 by the time we do it. So other ID. Let's use the other ID to identify it. 33. That is because other ID here, they don't have duplicates. It is single record, right? The other ID here, they are single record. So 33 is our other ID that we want to delete now, which is row 3 that someone mentioned. So now let's delete this, this row 3 or other ID 3. So I'm going to say select. Sorry. Here now we are using delete. So delete from sales order. From sales order, where from sales order where order ID equals to 33. So can you see? I'm saying what? Delete from sales order where order ID equals to 33. I can, if you want me to delete, where sales order is equal to government, I can put the government there, or maybe dates. You want me to use a specific date, I can put it there. So now let's run this and see. So can you see 1 row affected? So now let's run this again. Let's run this one. Let's run it. Execute. Can you see that this other ID 33 is no longer there again? Hello, can anyone see that the other ID 33 is no longer there again? That means that I have deleted that specific. Even my result, we have 137 before. If you come to your top, to your bottom right hand side, you will see the number of rows that is returned. Before I have 137. Now I have 136 because I have deleted 1 record, right? Hello, do you get that? Do you get that? Delete first row. Yeah, we have used the row 3, so that's fine. I hope you guys get that. Do you guys get that? I hope you guys get that. Yes. Okay. Someone said yeah, that's fine. So now we have deleted a specific information. Now, what if we want to remove a column? What if we want to remove a column? Now, I know someone will say, okay, let me ask. How do you think we can remove a column here? So let me ask. How do you think we can remove a column? Anybody? Yes, but mine show 2 rows. I don't know what you mean by 2 rows. I'm not seeing the screen till now. And Deborah, you have to leave. Is either you leave and join again? Because a lot of people are seeing the screen. I don't know. What if I want to delete the entire order ID? Okay. Yeah, we will answer that. It affected 2 rows and not 1 row. Yes, but mine showed 2 rows. I don't understand what you mean by it affected 2 rows. Maybe you specify more than 1 row. because it can only affect one row. It cannot affect two rows. Showing, I'm not sure of what you are saying. Maybe you want to share your screen. We can look at it together now. Yeah. Deborah, please, you have to leave the meeting and join back because a lot of people are seeing it. Yeah, a lot of people are seeing the screen. So it should be your network. Okay. So okay, let's move on. Someone said we should delete. Okay, I'm asking a question now. If we want to remove other dates, because someone said we should remove other dates, right? We should remove a column, one of the column. We should delete one of the column. So if you want to delete, can anybody tell me what I'm going to do? Anybody? Or what you think? You say where says other equals to the name of the column. Okay, someone say drop column. Okay, drop. Okay, someone said drop. So okay, a lot of people are saying, you guys do SQL already now. A lot of people are using drop. Wow, you guys know SQL. So now let me explain why you are going to use drop and not delete, right? So let me explain why you are going to use drop and not delete. The reason why you are going to use drop for column, when you want to delete column, is called column is a structure, is a table structure. You understand? Column is a table structure. It is not a table record. You understand? When you are dropping record, when you are dropping column, you are dropping the structure. You are just telling, okay, I don't want this structure again. I don't want this particular column again. So whenever you are using drop statements, drop statement means that you want to restructure. Create means that you want to structure. You want to create, drop the for structure of your table or your database or anything you want to create or you want to drop. You understand? So you will use drop to remove a column because you are modifying the structure. So right now, let's see. If I say drop, so you just say, no. Even the drop self is not just drop. You will say alter. It's not just drop like that. So you say alter. Alter what? Alter table. You understand? We say alter table. Which table are we altering? The sales order. So you say alter table, sales order. Then you now say drop column. Exactly the way some people have already said. Drop column. Which column are we dropping? Order date. Order date. Right? Can you see? Drop column, order date. Can you see? So then let's run it. Execute. So can you see? Command completed. That is why I said that, please, whenever you are dropping something, be careful of what you are dropping. Because now, if you run this thing now, can you see that the other date, we don't have it again? Hello, are we still following? Hello, are we still following? Figure it out and run the block, select twice. Okay. That's fine. We think out loud. We're thinking how, okay, that's fine. So yes, okay, P say yes. So you can say now that when you use the drop column, we have deleted the entire order date. And now if you want to analyze the data set now, order date is very, very important. You understand? It is very, very important. Now, how do you add the order date back in our table structure? Who can tell me how to add table back? I know a lot of gurus are here. So let's hear from us. So how do we add a new column called order date into our date? Anybody? Anyone? When you drop a record, can you add the table back? I mean, you mean the column back, not the table, because the table is still there. The table is still there. Okay, someone say alter table sales, add column, order dates. Okay, any control opinion? Any control? So you said alter table sales, add column, order date. Any control opinion? I thought drop is irreversible. Yes, drop is irreversible. You cannot reverse drop. When you drop, it is irreversible. Yes, it is irreversible. Yeah, alter table sales, insert column. Okay, add column. Okay. You guys are wonderful. A lot of people have said things that will work out. You understand? So someone said that he thought drop is irreversible. Yes, it is irreversible. It is irreversible. Now you can say that we don't have other dates here again. Now, if I say, okay, alter table, I will say alter table, sales order, I want to alter the table, sales order. Now I'm going to say add. What am I adding? I want to add what? Order. Someone said, what is it called? It will not work. If you say add column will not work. It's not add column. It won't work here. If you say add column, it won't work. So add order date. Then you specify the data type. The data type is what? Is date, right? For people that are saying add column will not work. Yes, it will not work. If you say add column, it will throw error. Let's try it out. Let's see. Add column. So let's see, it will throw error. You see that it will not work. So can you see? Incorrect syntax near keyword column. It will not work. You understand? So we have to remove this column. To add order dates, then you specify the data type. Data type, this is the data type, dates. If you want to add maybe an integer, maybe you want to add maybe order ID, you put what? Int. If it is a string you want to put, you put their character or car or something. You understand? So let's run this now. Let's run it. So can you see command complete successfully? So now let's run this, our statement back, our select statement. So for the person that asks me, drop statement, it is irreversible. Yes, you will see it now. Can you see now that our order date is what? Everything here is null. It is what? It is null because it is, whenever you use drop statement, creating it back does not mean that it's going to restore what you delete. It's not going to restore it, right? Can you see? Everything here is null, right? So now if you now want to insert date, maybe you want to put the date here now. What should you do? Who can tell me? If you want to input date here, how let's say that, okay, we just want to put, let's say, current date, today's date now, right? We want to put it inside our order date. Who can tell me how to do that? Who can tell me how to do that? So I will go to the chat room and see your beautiful comments. I have been struggling to join since now. I have been able to join, but can't see your screen. I guess I have to wait for the recording. Reconnect with the file, blah, blah. Okay. Well, I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to use those methods. So update, someone say update. Okay, yeah, because of our time. Yeah, I don't want to insert values. Okay. So you said insert value. Yeah, because of our time, I will go with Yusuf comment, updates. When you want to, we have a record here already. We have a table structure already. Now, whenever you want to impute something into a specific row, you use updates. When you want to delete a specific row, you use delete statement. When you want to delete a specific column, you use drop statement. And when you want to add a specific column, you use add, then the table, the name of the column. Now, we want to put a date inside this other date. How do we do that? We use the update statement. Update what? Update statement. Then you say that update what? We say update sales order, update sales order, right? Update sales order. Then we say so update sales order. Then we say what is the name of the column we want to have some. We want to say order date. Order date. So we say set order date. Set order date. Set order date equals to. Set order date equals to. Let's just say that we want to put today's date. Today's date is that's 2024. I think month should be the next. That should be 03. Then day should be the last. I guess it should be like this. So I'm going to put this in. Okay. So let's run it. Update sales order. You want to set order date, this particular column. You want to set it to this particular date. So let's run this and see. Okay, it's fine. So let's see. Let's run our select statement again. Select all from sales order. So can you see? Now we have our order date. Now this is not the initial date that is here before. This is not the initial date. I just put a random date here. If you want to now start putting the correct date, it means that it's either you have to go back and redo the whole process all over again, because unless you want to start doing manual work, you start saying, oh, where order ID is equal to this, put this other date. Where order ID is equal to this, put this other, you understand? But this is how you can update, delete, alter. I have do, a lot of things for us now. Alter table, delete table, update table. We have done that. Now, the last thing that we need to talk about is truncate. What is truncate? Now, who can tell me what you think truncate is going to do? Can anybody tell me what you think truncate is going to do? Anyone? Is it possible to run operation on cells like we do using it? Yes, it's possible. Yes. Plus, minus, all those greater than. Yes, you can do that. Yes. SQL is like Excel. Don't even think of it's like just your Excel. Is Excel. I told you there's a limitation to Excel. That is why we are using SQL. You understand? So SQL is like Excel. Someone said delete the entire table. Okay. Delete the entire table. What do you mean by delete the entire table? I don't understand that. Truncate. Who can explain truncate? Anybody? Or mute your mic, or you want to use a chat. Truncate table. Who can explain it very well? Delete the entire table. I don't like the definition. I don't like that definition. Who can explain truncate? Truncate. Who can explain it? Anybody? Nobody. You can use the chat room, or you want to speak. Delete row from the table. Delete row from the table. I don't like that definition. The definition is not clear enough. Delete rows from the table. I want a better explanation. Modify table. No, it's not modify table. The people that are saying delete, they are close, but I want a concrete, like, when you are explaining to a 5-year-old child, it will not mistake delete and drop together. Cut off some data. No. Okay, it's fine. So let me explain what truncate is all about. So truncate actually means delete. But the way I want you guys to explain it is that when you are deleting the record, the table structure remains the same. What did I say? When you are deleting the record, the table structure remains the same. If I use drop is going to delete everything, including the table structure, order ID, region ID, the column header. It's going to remove it. Even the data, the record, everything is going to be deleted. But if I use truncate is going to delete the record, but it will remain the table structure for me. So let's see how truncate works. So let's see how truncate works. So let's just say truncate table, sales order. So let's truncate this table now. Now, why did I say truncate is what? It's going to delete the record, but it's going to leave the table structure. You understand? It's going to delete the record, but when you are using delete is deleting record. You understand? The table structure remains the same, but it's just deleting a specific, you are just telling, okay, delete this thing from me, delete this record for me. But when you are using truncate is going to delete the entire record. You understand? It's going to delete the entire record and leave the table structure alone for you. So let's truncate. So I'm going to execute. I have executed, and let's see. Let me select all from sales order. So can you see now? Everything has been deleted. I'm only left with what? The table structure. So this is our table structure. So that is the difference between truncate, delete, alter statement, using update, using drop statement. I believe everybody understands this concept very well. Because all these things, like I said earlier, before I understand the difference between all these things, it takes a while. Most of the time I do more when it comes to SQL, it's more of self-learning, and it's very difficult for me to even understand all this, how all this thing works. It's very, very difficult for me. But I believe you guys, because even if you go online and watch some of these videos, you might not even understand them on time. until you watch about, let's say, about 5 or 4 videos, you start understanding what the person is explaining. So, I think I take my time to explain all these concepts for you very well. So if you don't understand, you can raise up your hand or ask question. Before we move to another thing. Any question? We still have a lot of things to do anyway. So understood, removing all data. Oh yeah, I hear you guys are just saying removing all data. I hear removing all data, remove record from database. Okay, it's fine. So yeah, Esther, your hand is up. You can go on with your question. Yeah. So let's entertain one question, then we move on. Esther, you can go on with your question.
Okay, thank you, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay, I noticed that when we wanted to delete one of the records, that's the 33, the entire row was deleted, and we used the other ID because it was unique. So if we assume, let's assume that maybe the region ID is a unique value also. If we select it to be deleted, would it also affect the entire row, or to just pick that particular record and delete it?
Okay, so when we delete for other ID, 33 is just, is a single record. You understand? So if we have multiple records that deals with other ID 33, all record that belongs to that other ID is going to be deleted. If you have a sales region, let's say we have 5 regions, we have northwest, east, and south, and those regions, they have a specific ID representing them. If I delete that ID, everything containing that region will be deleted. That is the simple in language you are telling the SQL to do for you. Delete all record that belongs to this ID. Do you understand?
Yes,
Do you
I
get
do.
that, Esther?
Yes, I do.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so let's move on. I hope Otter, we have done Otter, hard column, we have done that. Okay, so I think this should be the second to the last thing. Oh, we have a lot of things to do here. Okay, so let's go to SQL constraints or what we call data validation. We will quickly look at them. SQL constraints or what we call data validation. How many people know data validation in Excel? If you tell me, I'm sure that you guys did data validation in Excel. How many people know data validation in Excel? You can do data validation in Excel. Can you raise your hand or react or say yes or say no? You cannot do it. You don't know. You don't even know that it exists in Excel. Say yes. I don't even know it exists in Excel. What can you call structure? Can also be referred as columns name. Yes, that's fine. Yes. Idayat, yes. What you call structure can also be referred as column name, column header, field. Yes. So if you know data validation in Excel, can you react or say yes? I want to be sure you guys know data validation in Excel. Data validation in Excel. Anybody? You know data validation? Yes, okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people know data validation, but I know some people will say they don't know it too. It's fine. So let me ask one question. Where can you find data validation in Excel? So let me ask that question. For people that are saying yes, where can you find the data validation in Excel? Where in Excel can you data tab? Oh, okay, you guys know it then. It's fine. You guys it's still hot in the air. Okay, so we are looking at data validation in SQL as well. That's what we don't call it data validation in SQL. We call it data SQL constraints. This is my constraint spelling. I hope the spelling is correct too. Because I'm not even sure whether it's correct or not, but I know there's a mistake here. Okay, so we are looking at SQL constraint. And what is the SQL constraint? SQL constraint is for data integrity, right? Is to ensure that whoever is bringing data into the database, they are bringing the necessary data. They are bringing data that it's meant to be. You understand? The data that are meant to be, that is what they are bringing in. And that is why, data constraint or SQL constraint, or what I call data, I use data validation here so that you can easily relate it with what you have done in Excel before. You understand? It is mostly used for data integrity. That is what the SQL constraint is. So we have a lot of them, unique, foreign key, primary. Someone is asking me the other time, what is primary key used for? When I was, importing data through, the SQL manual process. Someone is asking what is primary key. So this is where you will most likely understand primary key. We have default, not check. I think we have some of them as well. We can also explore them, but these are the few ones that we will look at. We might just look at just 2 or 3 because of our time, because we need to talk about database backup and restoring as well. So if you cannot do everything, we just touch like 2 or 3 of them, then we call it a day. This is where we are going to stop for my class. And hopefully this is the last time we will meet on this bootcamp again, unless for people that are doing advanced class. Okay, so let's start with our first constraint. Yeah, what's the first constraint? The first constraint is unique constraint, right? So let me just let me copy this. Please, Abisola, attendance is very, very important. Please, let them start signing the attendance.
Yeah, I've sent the attendance. I've sent the attendance 30 minutes into the call. I've sent it already. So please check the chat box. The attendance link has been dropped.
All right, thank you. So now the first constraint we are going to be looking at is what? Unique. Yeah, we'll be looking at the unique constraints. So that's the first constraint that we'll be looking at. Constraints. So let's just say unique constraints. That's the first one we look at. So what is unique constraint? We talk about, I was saying that constraint is like data validation, and I mentioned something, data integrity. You understand? Data quality. You understand? So whenever you want people to, maybe you are not the one, you are a database administrator, and people can be so funny. You understand? They can be so funny. You will tell them to upload something, and they go and upload another thing. But you will not be there every time monitoring them, telling, oh yeah, make sure that this thing you upload, this is how it's supposed to be. You don't have to be there. So you can put a condition on them that it will enforce that thing to make sure that they do the right thing. You don't have to be there to tell them, oh yeah, make sure that you put this thing there. Make sure you put primary key. Make sure you put foreign key. Make sure you put this age. You understand? You don't have to be there. You can just put a constraint on your database so that people will follow that guide. It will ensure data integrity and data quality. So the first thing we look at is unique constraints. What is unique? Unique means that you are telling a specific column that the value that must be there must be unique. If there's a duplicate, it's going to throw an error. So let's see how it works. So I'm going to create a table. I will create a table. For people that missed yesterday class, I don't think you guys even miss much, because what we did yesterday, we are still doing most of them today again. So you don't really miss much like that. So we're going to create a table called employee, right? We are creating a table called employee. Now, we want to define the table structure. You understand? I'm defining the table structure now. So I'll open a bracket. I'll say employee ID underscore ID. So the employee ID here is ID is an integer, right? Data type. You put the data type. I'll put comma. Then I will say email address. Email address is a varchar, maybe a variant character, a varchar. Yeah, that's a string. Varchar. So varchar, the email address should not be more than 100. I explained 100. What this value are doing before is just the number of character you want to specify. You understand? Actually, I remember, I think 2 weeks ago, we are working with where I work. So we are working on a project. So that project, we need to create an email address for because the application we develop is actually from our company, and they need to upload data through the platform that we created for them. And in my company, they have already restricted the email address to be nothing more than 50. So me, I didn't even know that was the issue. I was trying to create users' email. I was just getting an error. that, oh, I cannot create a users. Because why? Because they have already created a restriction for me that the email address must not exceeded 50. So later on, I now reach out to the developer that, guys, I don't understand. I'm trying to create an email address and this thing is not working. What is the issue? So later the guy was not, the database guy now told me that there is a restriction on that email address that I cannot have more than 50 email. So I had to reach out to the client and tell them that they have to provide me another email. So the 100 here is just like a restriction as well. So let's just say employee name. Let's just say employee name. Employee name, right? Okay. So I'll put a comma here. Employee name should be Baker as well, or it can be a Baker. So let's say employee name should not be more than 50, right? So let's close this. Then I'm going to, okay. So here in my email address, I'm going to define this email address as unique. I'm going to define it as unique, right? I'm going to define it as unique because I expected that every email address must be unique. Two people cannot have the same email address. It's not possible. You understand? So I'm going to address this thing as unique. So I'm going to create this structure, which is my table structure. So if I say select all from employee now, if I say select all from employee now, it's going to give me my table structure, right? Employee ID, email address, and employee name. So now let's insert into our table. So I'm going to say insert into employee, then I will say values. So what am I inserting? Employee ID is what? Is an integer 1. So let's just say 1. Email address, let's just use Mayowa at Datakliq datakliq.com. Datakliq.com. So let's use this datakliq.com, right? Mayowa at datakliq.com. Okay, so we already defined this as a string. So employee name, let's just say Mayowa Shotunde or whatever. Shotunde. Just assume this is the name, right? This is the name. So I have another person, another information. Okay. So I have another information. So I have another information. This is our second row. So let's call this I don't know people name. Abisola at Datakliq, right? Datakliq.com, right? So Abisola is Oyetunji, rather, I'm not really sure of her name. So Oyetunji, let's just say Oyetunji Abisola. This is her name. Abisola. Right. So we are done. Yeah, Oyetunji Abisola. Okay, so I need to put a comma here. Yeah, okay, so everything is fine now. So I have these two records that I want to insert into my employee table. So let's insert it. Execute. So can you see 2 rows affected, right? Everything is fine. Now let me use my select statement. Where's my select statement? So my select statement, execute. So can you see the record? The record is fine, right? Now let's assume that I want to insert another record, which is my third record. So my third record is I'm going to say, so my third record, I'm going to say insert. So I'll say insert into employee. My value, let me just copy this. So I'll copy this. Now this is record 3, right? Record 3. Now the email address mayowa@datakliq.com is still okay, but the name of the person is not the same thing. Maybe the name of the person is let's say Shotunde Mayowa or Shotunde Daniel, or no, let's just say Shotunde Mayokun because the name sounds familiar. Shotunde Mayokun, you understand? Shotunde Mayokun. So the person who still want to use mayowa@datakliq.com. The name sounds familiar, but it's not the same name. You understand? So now let's insert this value now. So let's see what is going to happen. So let's insert this value into our data. So can you see now? It's saying what? Violation of unique key constraints. You can see that it's telling you that cannot insert what? Duplicate key in object DBO. The duplicate key value is blah, blah. It's telling you where the issue is. Mayowa@Datakliq, because you have Mayowa@Datakliq here. You cannot insert another email that is Mayowa@Datakliq again, because you have identified this email address as a unique column. You understand? Now let's change this Mayowa. Let's say we put R inside this our own Mayowa now. Mayokun@Datakliq. So let's run it. Insert. So let's run it. So can you see one row affected? Let's select everything now. So can you see? Can you see now that everything goes well? You understand? So that is unique. That is how to create a constraint around unique. So let's quickly look at another one. So let's go back to our slide. Let's look at well, unique and primary key works like almost the same thing. It's work like almost the same thing. But let's take a look at it as well. Let's take a look at it as well. Okay, so let me just highlight everything here and delete it. So let's take a look at it as well. So for primary key, so primary keys ensure that each row in a table is uniquely identified. Is like the same thing, like I said, is like the same thing as unique. But here is a primary key, right? Is a primary key. It is not unique, but it's just primary key. I believe that we explain it to you when you are doing data modeling in Power BI. Like primary key is a key in a dimension table, and a dimension table contains only a unique information. You can never see a duplicate information in your dimension table. So we explain it. Also in SQL, we have what we call ERD. ERD is called Entity Relational Diagram. If you know models in Power BI, I don't think we should focus too much on ERD here because it's exactly almost the same thing. If you know, that's why there are some specific topic we are not touching in SQL, because since you have the knowledge in Power BI already or in Excel, because of time, you cannot cover all the entire topics. You understand? So primary key is a unique identifier as well. So let's just see how the primary keys work. So let's see how the primary key work. So yeah, I'm going to create table. Let me just copy this. So because of time, so we are going to create a table called student, right? So the student ID is an integer. So we define it as what? Primary key. So let's call this one full name. Full name. So the full name is what? Is a vector, which is a string, and we say that it should contain 100 character. Then age, the age of the student is an integer as well. So let's run this. So let's run this. So we have created our table. So let's say select. Bisola, I hope you guys can still see my screen. Select all from student. Select all from students. So this is data structure.
Yes,
so now let's insert. All right, so let's insert data into our data now. So insert into student. That's the table that I want to insert into student. Then values. So what are the values we want to insert? We want to insert student ID is 1. Full name is Shotunde Mayowa. Shotunde Mayowa, that's the name, that's the student's name. Then the age of the student is what? Is 15, right? So the age of the student is 15. We close this. We close it. Now we want to insert another value, which is 2. So that is Abisola Oyetunji, right? So Abisola Oyetunji. Okay, so that's the second student, and the age is what? Is 14, right? So let's close it. Right. So now let's run these scripts. Let's execute it. So you can see that the record is fine, right? The record is fine. Now let's select everything so that you can see what we create. So you can see the record. Now I want to insert another student. Maybe the person that is creating this new student does not know that, oh, the last person stopped at student ID is 2. He doesn't know. He just say, okay, I'm going to insert a new student. So the person come here, insert into student values, and it starts from 2 as well. You understand? It starts from 2. The name of the student is different. You understand? That is Oyenekon. Oyenekon Esther. That's the name of the student now. The age of the student is 10, right? The name of the student is 10. Now let's insert this and see. So insert. So can you see violation of primary key constraints? You know, the error we get earlier is unique. Now the error we are getting here now is what? Is primary key. It's not the same error. It's different error. This error is saying that the primary key violation, because you are expected to provide a unique student ID, not a duplicate. There must not be a student that is using the same ID. It's just like you are in a school. You cannot have a matric number with another person. Your matric number should be different, even if your name is the same name. But your matric number should always be what? Should always be unique. So that is primary key, right? So that is primary key. Okay, so let's look at that. Is, you know, if I change this to, like, let's say 3 or 4 now, it's going to work. Let's just say I say 4, it's going to work. So can you see it work? And if I run this and I say execute, can you see student ID 4, Irinekon Esther, age 10? Can you see? So that is primary key. That is primary key. So let's look at any questions so far. Any questions so far? Someone hand is up. Can we use primary key instead of unique and vice versa? I don't understand your question. Ramat, I don't understand what you mean by can we use primary key instead of unique and vice versa. There will be a time to use unique. There will be a time to use primary key. So I think they are different. They are not the same thing actually. So unique is different from, but they serve like the same thing. You know, they serve as the same thing. Yeah. But just for proper identification of what you are saying, it's better you use unique when you need to use unique. Use primary key when you used to use primary key. So any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? No question. It's fine. I think we are good. So let's quickly look at 1 or 2 more constraints. If I cannot cover everything, Sadiq, you can go on. You have the mic. So if you have question, you can go on with your question. So let's quickly look at 1 or 2 more. Then, I think I will leave this constraint for you guys to, or probably I will do a video on that. So let's quickly look at the last topic here: how to restore database and how to back up our database and how to restore database. So I will give you guys as an assignment, or maybe I will do a video. If you guys want it, it's fine. You know, I can do a video for you on foreign key, check constraint, but they are not that hard. You can do your research on that. Because of our time is fast spent, and I don't want to exceed 4 o'clock. I have another section by 4 p.m. as well, so I need to take a time to rest for the next session that I have in another place. So so foreign key, check constraint, they are similar to what we talk about. Then default as well, they are similar to what we can go and explore them. But Charles, make sure that you know them. You can go for job interview and they will ask you, what are the constraints you have in SQL? So please try to know them as well. Try to know them. So let's move to the last topic, which is the database backup and restoring. This is where I'm going to stop my class for today, and this will be the last class for my session as well for this course. My colleague, Mr. Shina, will take over how to run scripts, how to run your select and every other thing from next week. Next week will basically for that. So Mr. Shina will take you guys the second part of the SQL next week. So let's look at how to back up database, how to restore database in SSMS. This is specific to SSMS. There are SQL Server, right? If you have a database, you want to back it up and you want to restore the database back, how do you do that? So let's go back. Let's go to our data here. So I'm going to close all this. You can save your work. Don't forget that if you run any scripts, maybe you don't want to delete that script, you can save them. All these things that I did earlier, you can save them. You can go to File, Save All. You can save them. You understand? You can save your scripts. You can save all your scripts. You understand? But me, I don't need them. So save. No, I don't. You can save your own. So you can open them back whenever you need them. You understand? You can save them. So now, how do we back up? How do we back up your database, and how do you restore database? Right? So so let's use one of these database here. I want to use database that it will not, even if everything goes south, I will not cry. So let me look for the database that I can use. Okay, so let's use this webinar. So I'm going to back up. How do you back up? That's the first thing. To back up, you right click on the database, then click on task, then you see backup. Can you see backup? See backup. Hello, can you guys still hear me? Please let me be sure that you guys can still hear me. Can you guys still hear me? Can you guys still hear me? Yes, okay, that's fine. Okay. So to back up, go to the database you want to back up, right? If you want to back up Datakliq, or should we back up Datakliq? Do we have tables inside it? Okay, so let's just use our Datakliq there. Let's use our Datakliq. So I'm going to right click. I will right click. Okay, so I'm going to right click. I'll click on task and I'll click on backup. So I'll click on backup. So is that same where I want to back up my database, recover mode full. So you can pick on full, differential, blah, blah, blah. Pick on full, database, file, backup component, database. Okay, what else should we choose? A disk. Okay, disk, add. So this is where your backup file is going to be. C program file, Microsoft SQL Server. This is where your backup file is going to be. Can you see? So I'm not even doing anything. I'll just click on OK here. So the backup of database Datakliq component successfully. Can you see? OK. Now I have backed it up. Now let's drop this Datakliq. I want to drop this database. Dropping means what? You are deleting the entire information, including the tables that is inside it. We are deleting everything. So I'm going to click on new query, and I will say, now, if you want to drop a database, make sure you are not using that database. If I say drop database, no, it will not work. If I say drop database, Datakliq, it will not work. Execute. Can you see? Cannot drop database because it is currently in use. I'm using it at the moment. So I will click on cancel again. Save. No, don't save it. So what I will say is that click on new query. So what you can do is that just come to this place. You can pick on any of the other database that you have. Just click on any of the database that you have, right? Then say drop database. drop database, Datakliq. So if I run it now, let's see. Still, if your result does not come up on time, can you see executing query? It means that your query is still running. Some people will say, I didn't know this thing is not working, it's not working. It might be running query that you don't know. So cannot drop database because it's still currently in use. Okay, the reason why he's saying that it's still currently in use after I selected this thing is because I need to cancel this last one because that is what I picked earlier. So let me cancel everything. So let me pick on new query now. Then let me change it to masters. Now it's supposed to work now. It's supposed to work now. So drop database, Datakliq. My time is fast spent. Okay, my time is fast spent. Okay. Or maybe I should just specify another database so that it will not still, because we have been using the database since. That's why. Okay, so it's fine. Let me just say what I will just do is that I will just call another database to use for me. I'll just say use master. I think that would be better. Use master. Okay. So I will just say drop database, Datakliq. I think it should work now. If it doesn't work now, that means that I have to, if it doesn't work now, that means that I have to close my SSMS and open it all over again. Yeah, I have to close the SSMS and open it all over again. If it doesn't work now. So that's another way you can. So it doesn't work. So if you are encountering this, so just close your SSMS. Just close it and open it again. If you want to drop and it's not dropping, so just close it and open it again. Okay. Okay, so connect. I think someone was also having this issue yesterday. So the person even called me. We had a call yesterday night. And so let's drop the database now. The truth of the matter is that this thing might have even dropped self. Drop database, Datakliq. Okay, it's still there. So let's see, it will work now. So can you see now it is working now. So we have dropped the database. If you refresh now, the database is no longer existing. Can you see? It's no longer existing again. So now, how do you restore the database that you deleted? So you go to your local disk, right? So suppose you download the database from, maybe you went to go and download Adventure Work database, you download it and you see it on your download, right? You download your Adventure Work database and you see it here. It's fine. So just copy whatever you download, copy it, then go to your local disk, go to your program file, then search for Microsoft SQL, that is Microsoft SQL Server, then go to MSS, blah, blah. Okay, I think this should be, no, this is not it. This should be this one, MS SQL. So go to backup. So when you go to your backup, you will see your data. If you back it up from your database, you will see your backup data here. So can you see? Adventure Work 2019, I back it up. Datakliq, this is what I back up. Can you see the time? 3:41, that is today's date. Can you see the date I back it up? So can you see your backup there? If you download the backup, just copy it, come and paste it inside this place. Come and paste it inside your backup here. If you download the backup, maybe you back it up in a Google Drive, you downloaded it, copy it and put it here. Yes. Now go back to your SSMS. Go back to your SSMS. Now click on database. Click on database here. Right click. Then click on restore database. Restore database. So restore database. Can you see? So where are you restoring the database from? From your device, right? So source, database, device, okay, destination, okay, destination, blah, communication, database. Okay, so date source, database, device, destination, restore to let me see if general common source should be device. Okay. Okay. So when you click on let me start again so that I can understand. Right, just right click on your database. So click on restore database. When you click on restore database, you are restoring the database from your device, from your local server. So you go to this ellipse, these three icons that they are very small tiny. That's why I was having difficulties locating it. So you click on it, then you click on file. Yeah, that is file. Then you click on add. See this add. Click on add. It's going to open up. Can you see? It's going to open up your backup file for you. So you can see Datakliq backup file. Can you see? Then you click on OK. When you click on OK, just click on OK here as well. Then click on OK. You don't need to do anything, just OK. Can you see database, Datakliq restore successfully? OK. So now let's see, can you see now, Datakliq? If you open it now, everything that you have there is going to restore back for you. So can you see? Employees, sales order, and students. So that is how to back up and how to restore database. I hope I have done justice to all the topics that I want to do today. So thank you guys. If you have questions, you can drop your question. And if you want to speak as well, you can speak. So we have a short quiz that we're going to do today again. So let me quickly get the link to the quiz for us. I'm going to reduce the time of that test to like 10 minutes because we just have about 10 minutes left. So just give me a minute. If you have questions, you can drop your question. Abisola, Busola, if you guys are on the call, you can help me to check for questions. So let me get the link to the quiz for you guys. If you have questions, you can go on. Question, general question. So please make sure that you make sure that you fill your attendance sheets. And I'm trying to get the quiz. Make sure that you attempt the quiz as well. I'm trying to get the quiz link. Let me try and get the quiz link. I'm going to reduce the time to 10 minutes. Let me see settings. Let me reduce the quiz to 10 minutes. And it's set to 10 minutes. Okay. Accept response. Okay. Okay. Collect response. Okay. Shorten. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to drop the link. I will have to wait for the recording because the process of backup and save is kind of fast as you know. Okay. So okay, so Busola, I have dropped the link, so you can help me to the link to the quiz is I've dropped it. So make sure that you make sure that you attend the quiz. The quiz is just for like 10 minutes. If you have questions, you can ask questions. Busola, if you have any information for them, you can also speak. I think Busola is on the call, but mic is. Let me just make a representative. If you have any information you want to pass across, please you can pass across to them as well.
Hi, Felicia. Well done on
Yes,
a wonderful session. Yes, so I have to join because Abisola has some things to do. I think her phone battery went off. So the thing is that concerning the advanced class, they should start making payment because the last class for SQL will be next week, Sunday. So, and that is that's the deadline for payment. So if anyone is interested in the advanced class, they should make sure that they pay before that time. So that's it. And if they have if you guys have any challenges in your payment, you can easily reach Abisola on Discord. She will reply you back. So that's my message for them.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Priscilla. So for the advance payment, if you have any issues concerning the payment, you can reach out to Abisola, Esther, or Busola herself. So you can reach out to any one of them for the advanced class, and the payment is going to end April 7th. That's next week. So next week, by God's grace, we are ending the whole cohort. But for people that still want to continue the advanced class, definitely we'll meet, during the project time again. But for this section, today will be the last time we are going to meet on this cohort again. So I just want to encourage you all to make sure that you practice everything that you have been taught, right from Excel, Power BI, SQL. And don't think that you have to, because a lot of people, this is what they do. They want to learn everything at once. It is not possible. I have been learning SQL for more than 2 years now. I can even say this is the year that I'm actually grasping the SQL very well. My past years, I don't understand some of the things that I'm learning. I won't lie to you. So, it can take you a month. It can take you 2 months. It can take you 3 months. It can take you 4 months. But one thing that I will encourage you is that don't stop. Don't say, this thing is hard. I won't learn it. Make an attempt. Even if it is just one thing you want to learn. Some people will go and copy all the SQL stuff they want to learn, and they will be confused on what to learn. Take a step. Do you can schedule yourself. If it is just one thing. I read a book, a novel. They said 1% every day is better than trying to do a lot of things in one day. If you can know 1% of a thing in a day, I think it's fine. Even if it's just to know how to alter table, you know it in a day and you know it very well. Please just take your time and learn it. All this, applying for a job is not as if that is everything that most of us that when we first get our job, that is immediately when we get the job, we start doing them. Some of the things we know today, we learn them on the job. I'm not discouraging you. I'm not saying that you should not learn. Why you are still learning? Learn, but don't rush yourself. A lot of people will say that I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to do again. Take your time. If you are going to create a schedule for yourself, these are the things you want to learn in this 1 month. You just want to be practicing Excel. Yeah? Do a schedule for yourself. This is what I want to learn this month. The following month, this is what I want to learn. You just take your time. One thing, if you just want query, how to delete, how to drop state data. A lot of people will do, they will spend about 8 hours on SQL in a day. And at the end of the day, if you ask them tomorrow what they did yesterday, they will not remember anything. Because you are just trying to do a lot of things and, you are not even master one. Just take your time, master one thing. Take your time, read. If it's to delete, I don't understand this delete thing. Go back, go to ChatGPT, watch videos, do it over and over and over again. Do it multiple times. Before you know it, it will sink to your head. If you do it this month, again, do a schedule again that everything that you have done last month, to redo everything again, maybe using another data set. Before you know it, in 5 months, you will become an SQL intermediate. Before you know it, in 1 year, you are already, moving to the advanced level. That's my own advice. You understand? So please, let's ensure that you keep practicing, but don't beat yourself for not knowing it now. You understand? Someone said database is too fast. Don't beat yourself if you don't know it now. Because even me myself, it's not the first time that I watch it that I get it. You understand? but just be ready, be open-minded to learn. You understand? So I wish you guys best of luck in your career. Like I said, from next week, my other colleague will take over the class. Mr. Shino will take over the class. Please, once you are done with your quiz, go to the Discord channel, put your your scores just to encourage others, so that some people would think that we are just playing here. We are just having fun. We are not having fun. We are learning, and as we're having fun, we are learning as well. You understand? So please, once you are done with your quiz, put it on the Discord channel. Okay, someone said I should share the link. Make sure you attend the quiz. It's just to boost our knowledge again. So if you have any question generally about Datakliq, about the classes that we have had in the past, you can share your testimony. You can drop anything, and if you have feedback, maybe things that you think that we should improve on, we are open to that, so that how we can, I think maybe we'll still do that, what we can do better in the next quarter as well, so that, what are the things that you feel like, oh, we did not do very well in your own cohorts, going forward for the next people that are coming in, what should we do better for them? So maybe we'll do that at the end of the whole cohorts, maybe next week. I'll tell Busola, you can help me to note that as well. Just general feedback about the whole cohort, let's hear from them, what we need to improve, so that the next cohorts, what we need to do for them, and what are the things that they have as challenge here as well. So if there's any question, please let me know. Idayat, your hand is up. Sadiq, your hand is up. And then let me unmute Idayat. I think this is the first time I'm seeing a hand up. Idayat, you can go on if you want to speak. Sadiq, your hand is up as well if you want to speak. So guys, I have another section, like I said. It's also 4 p.m. So immediately I'm leaving this class, I have another class. So please, guys, Busala, I think you should handle them, the attendance and the quiz. Let them do it and submit it, in the right way. So bye for now, guys. If you have any other thing, Busala, to tell them, you can tell them. But I need to take my leave now.
All right. Thank you. All right, everyone, please kindly mark your attendance. And if you're through with that, please can you just indicate in the chat room by typing done. And as you have typed done, you're free to leave the meeting. Thank you very much. And please make sure you attempt the quiz. It is very, very essential. It shows that you know what you are doing. It shows that you understand what you have been taught in the class. So please kindly mark your attendance. Kindly mark your attendance. Thank you. And kindly attempt the quiz. Thank you.